Hi, this is Chris from fluentinmandarin.com. Recently I've noticed that there have been a lot of misconceptions about Chinese characters, and there are a few things which I think you need to be aware of before you start learning them. So in this video I'm going to tell you 10 things which I think you need to know about Chinese characters. Okay, let's start. Number 1, there are perhaps 50,000 Chinese characters in existence, but don't worry about this number. It seems like a lot, but most of them are so rare that you'll hardly ever see them. About 3,000 characters should be enough to cover you for almost anything in modern Chinese. Number 2, it's not accurate to talk about drawing Chinese characters or to think about them as pictures. They are written stroke by stroke, and there are a few different types of strokes which are used in writing all of the Chinese characters. The stroke order when you're writing is quite important if you want the characters to look like what they're supposed to look like. Number 3, every Chinese character, no matter how simple or complicated it is, takes up the same amount of space on the page. Effectively, you could fit each character into the same size square box. Number 4, each character in Chinese is a unit of meaning, like a concept. It's not the same as a word in a Western language. Each character can have multiple different meanings or be used in different contexts. Number 5, a few Chinese characters are pictographic representations of objects, but most characters have two components, one which gives the rough area of meaning, called a radical, and another part. Number 6, most words in English are represented by two Chinese characters, although a few English words might just still be one. Number 7, the pronunciation of each character is a single syllable. Each character will have a different pronunciation in all of the different dialects of Chinese, but it's hard to guess the exact pronunciation of a character just by looking at it. You can't read the pronunciation like you can read an English word. Number 8, essentially the same written language is used all across the Chinese-speaking world, so it doesn't matter which dialect of Chinese you speak, essentially the written language remains the same. Number 9, the mainland Chinese government simplified some of the characters in Chinese to make them easier to read and write, and to cut down the length of time it takes children to become literate. The simplified characters are used in mainland China and Singapore, and the original traditional characters are used in Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, and a lot of the Chinatowns around the world. Some of the traditional characters haven't been simplified, so you'll find that they are the same in both the different character sets. I talk about these different character sets in my other videos. And finally, number 10, it's easy to forget how to write Chinese characters and to get confused, so don't worry about it. Just keep practicing, and if you keep at it, then you will make progress, even though it seems slow and it seems like there's a lot to remember. And just remember that reading Chinese characters is a lot easier than writing them, and typing in Chinese is a lot easier than learning to write by hand. So just remember that even Chinese people forget how to write characters sometimes. So just keep practicing, and if you're learning to write Chinese, then good luck to you. Okay, so hopefully you learned something about Chinese characters, and that's all for now, and as always, leave your comments below. Bye bye.